In 2014, I was $45,000 in student debt with a negative bank balance, making $45,000 a year. Fast forward a few short years later and I had generated over $2 million. In this video, I'm gonna share the 8 things that I would do if I was starting all over again today, so that you can dramatically compress the timeline on your own success. Now, if you're new here, welcome. My name's Rachel Harrison Sund, and I help people turn simple book ideas into passive income streams. Now, the first one is to start with value by solving a real problem. Now, all businesses, as we know, exchange value for money. Now, the easiest way to create value is to solve a very pressing problem for someone. And the more urgent the problem, the more people are gonna pay. This is why people pay huge bucks for things like marriage counseling, weight loss, alternative health treatments. And it's why I personally have paid really big bucks for things like business coaching when I was stuck in my business and had no idea what to do next. Now, the good news is you do not have to reinvent the wheel. You don't need to try and come up with something brand new that no one has ever heard of. You want to look for problems that you know already exist and you know that people are already paying to have solved. So as an example, my Expert to Author program teaches emerging thought leaders how to package up their expertise into a nonfiction book that they can use as a marketing asset. The problem is that my clients have years of experience and expertise in their field, but they feel invisible and they want to be recognized by their clients and their peers as the go-to authority in their space, so that they can make more money in their business and have a bigger impact. The solution is a book that positions them as that authority. Being a published author raises a person's status. It signals credibility, authority, and published authors are just looked at and treated differently than those who aren't. Now, this problem and this solution, there's nothing new here, right? There are a lot of other people out there helping experts solve their visibility problem through publishing. The key is to find something that you already know people are already out there paying for, and then find a way to differentiate by doing some competitive analysis and figuring out what you can offer in that space that's different and more valuable than what's already out there. Number 2 is to sell to people who can actually pay you. You've got to target people who have the problem and the budget to pay to have that problem solved. Now, a lot of people neglect this very important truth. Your ideal client is someone who can afford to pay you. If they can't afford you, they are not your ideal client. Now, if you're like me and you have struggled financially for a good portion of your life, you're gonna wanna make your products and services accessible to people who can't afford more. That is completely natural. I didn't raise the price of my first digital course from $167 for like the first 3 years. This is no way to create a sustainable business that you're going to be able to scale down the line. Remember, you are a business, you are not a charity. Charge those premium prices, target the people who can actually pay those premium prices. And the good news is, if you are making more money in your business, you have more money to spend on helping the people that you really care about helping. You could even donate a portion of your profits to a cause that you really care about. So if you're doing that, everyone wins, right? You get the money that you deserve and the people who you want to help get helped. But a business needs to make money and you deserve to be paid for your time. Now, you might feel a little bit of resistance charging premium prices. I 100% did. It's like, who's going to pay for that? The answer is the person whose pain is big enough and urgent enough. People are always going to pay to get out of pain, get their time back, hit a goal faster, so you may as well be the person to deliver that solution. Number 3, sell your time first, even if it's, unscalable. So things like digital products, online courses, templates, things like that. Yeah, they can be hugely profitable, but it's probably not where I would start. If you want to make money as quickly as possible, start by selling your time, whether that's one-on-one in a small workshop, something like that. This is something you can do right now, right? You don't have to create anything from scratch. You can start by selling your time right now with coaching, consulting, other one-on-one services. This is by far the fastest way to start making money right now. Yes, you can build up a platform, an audience on social media, YouTube, podcast, but that does take time. I spent about 9 months building up this channel and my email list before I ever launched my first digital course. I could have been offering coaching that entire time as I was building that course to get a little bit more cash flow coming through the door during that time period. And when you sell your time in the beginning, even if it's just a few clients, you get immediate income, but you also get real-time feedback on what people want. You get proof of concept because people are paying you for that thing. and it can fund your scalable offer later on down the line. Number 4 is to make one sale fast. Don't wait until everything's perfect. Don't waste 2 months on an LLC, 3 weeks picking fonts, 2 days on a tagline, another 3 weeks on a logo. Your first order of business should be validating your idea and getting proof of concept. Will a real, living, breathing human being pay for the thing that you're selling? This is such an enormous trap for most people. We all do all the other things, designing a logo, building a website, incorporating a business. This feels really good because it feels like we're working toward that thing, that big dream of ours. But more often than not, what we're actually doing is avoiding trying to make the sale because that is uncomfortable. It feels really hard. So we procrastinate on that very first most important step. I did the exact same thing with my Easylicious meal planning service idea. I spent like months creating a website, logo from scratch, designing all the meal plans, writing blog posts, incorporating a business, which also cost me like $500. When everything was ready to go, I literally had absolutely no idea who I was gonna sell this thing to, how I was gonna sell it to them, how I was gonna get the word out there. None of those things were already in place. And that idea went absolutely nowhere after I'd spent like half a year working on all the stuff. What I should have been doing was validating if the idea was even worth pursuing to begin with before wasting all of that time. Now when I have an idea, I sell it first and then I build it afterward. I get that proof of concept immediately, and then I know if it's gonna be worth my time and effort to put any time or financial resources toward it. So what you wanna do is identify the problem you solve, know who can pay you to solve that problem, find like one person at least who will pay for it. Don't worry if what you're doing at first can't scale. You can always think of ways to scale later on. But first, validate that idea, get proof of concept, make that first sale. Now, before moving on to tip number 5, if you're wondering how I got started making money in the online space to begin with, it was by learning self-publishing as a passive income business model. So by researching the types of books that people were actively searching for on Amazon, I was able to take advantage of the Kindle Direct Publishing print-on-demand platform to create books like prompt journals, activity books, guest books, workbooks, anything similar, and then sell them on Amazon for monthly royalties. Now, if you would like to learn how to do the same thing, you can download my free guide, 3 Steps to Publishing Your First Low-Content Book in Less Than a Day. I have left a link to that down in the description below. Okay, number 5 is to add a premium option, even if no one buys it. Now, for the first 2 years of my business, like I said, my only offer was my $167 digital course. Now, looking back, I am so freaking lucky that I was able to make as much money as I did from that course. Also looking back, I wasted a massive opportunity to probably double or even triple what I did make. I mean, firstly, the price should have been higher, but not even looking at that, I should have had a premium offer on the back end. If I had added even a $500 premium offer on the back end, and a very small percentage of those people bought that premium offer, I could have easily doubled my revenue. Now, most people are not gonna buy your premium offer, but a few will. And those few premium buyers are gonna create some massive cash injections. The other thing a premium offer does is it anchors the price of your main offer. So your customer might see your premium offer and think, wow, I can't afford that $10,000 thing, but that $1,000 thing, that looks like a bargain in comparison. So premium pricing lifts the perceived value of everything else that you offer. Also, if you're making more money overall, you can take fewer clients. So that means more time, better delivery to your clients, better results that you're gonna be able to get them as well. And of course, when you get better results, you can get higher quality testimonials. And that brings me to number 7, which is to get social proof early. Do not wait like I did. When I first launched my course, I was literally afraid to hear what people thought about it. Something like 400 people bought the first round of my program, and I felt kind of a little bit shell-shocked that I suddenly had all of these students in my program. I just wasn't expecting that. I was absolutely terrified that everyone was gonna hate it. So I actively avoided getting testimonials. If I remember right, I had like a feedback form, like a Google form or something. I literally never looked at that form, which is so ridiculous. This is also why it's a really good idea to just serve one-on-one clients initially so that you can serve them at the highest level possible and then feel good and comfortable asking for a testimonial. Testimonials Case studies, of course, as you know, these are marketing gold. The more great results you get, the more you can collect proof of those great results, and then the higher price that you can charge. This is actually a really big reason why I love working with my expert to author clients right now. Because we're such a small group, I get to spend one-on-one time with each person. I can really monitor their progress and their success, and it's just so much easier to ensure fantastic results. All right, number 8, don't waste time on things that don't matter. This really ties back in with point number 4. Most people, and I did this as well, waste so much time on things that do not matter in the beginning. This is all the setup you need to get started. Register your business, all right, LLC or incorporation if you're here in Canada. Depending on what type your business actually is, I'd probably actually try and get a first sale before I even do that, just so I can validate the idea. Open a business bank account, set up Stripe or PayPal, link the two together, make your first sale. That is it. Do not start with a website, do not start with a logo, do not start with an email list. None of that stuff matters in the beginning. My website, it is still the piece of crap that I put up in 2019. The only thing that has changed is that I substituted my wedding photos out because I had 0 professional photos then. Even now, I still only have a small handful of professional photos. Now, I'm not saying that a professional looking website is not important. It is, but it is not what's going to move the needle the fastest initially. As that saying goes, the main thing is to keep the main thing, right? Feels good to work on all of these other things because it feels like we're making progress toward our goal. The truth is, this is simply a procrastination technique. It is the exact opposite, and it will stall you out for weeks, if not months, sometimes even years. And you deserve to have results as quickly as possible. Now, like I said earlier on in the video, the way I first started earning money was through self-publishing. And if you want to learn how to make money online selling public domain art books, which is a really cool place to start, you can take a look at this video next. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.